Hello and welcome back. This is DruVision IT Consulting. It is September 22. And I think you're really going to appreciate this episode. Um, I got a couple of inspirations. One was from Words with a Twist, which is a great literary YouTube channel, as well as English literature, poetry writing, etc. Uh, Website I suggest that you go visit, as well as from Diary of a CEO. Many of you, he has millions of subscribers. I've got six, maybe seven. Let's find out. I would love to get this number to 10. When we get this channel, just by the way, when we get this channel to 100 subscribers, I'm going to grow, to my wife's chagrin, a bald mullet. Yeah, we're going to go full Michael Bolton, flowing. I will rent a convertible car just for her to drive me around so I can play with my tresses, right? And so I've got crazy curly nappy hair. It is what it is. So 100 subscribers, I'm going to grow that out. Movember is coming. I will grow out a mustache. Get excited. It's going to be super awesome content as you watch my lack of facial dominance. Anyway, Stephen and Diary of a CEO, he had on Molly, who was arrested for gambling. So, like FBI agents, the whole bit. She was running a poker game for many, many years. But what she says in the interview is so pertinent, so salient, and so impactful about how does she touch people? How does she give them an authentic experience, right? And authentic, the title of our video, How to Be Authentic. There's a couple underlying things that go into that. I'm going to give it obviously my spin. You can watch Stephen's video with her about how she did that. Um, it's a deep topic, and I know it's hip and in vogue. Be your authentic self. Usually, what that means these days is being authentic is just saying "f you." I'm going to be me, and that can be good and that can be bad, right? Why can't you be an evolution of self for the audience that you're with? Right? Is that fake and contrived? Not at all, right? But it's knowing your audience and being your best self for the circumstance that you're in. And that's really what this video is about, right? And especially in a sales context, being authentic is important. It is how I've been so successful in sales. And when I wasn't my most authentic self, when I wasn't as successful, right? Now you can be authentic and still lose sales. That's possible, absolutely. But your odds go up and up and up so greatly when you learn how to be authentic. So there's a couple key components to it, and that's what this video is all about. So let's dive right into it. All right. So how to be authentic in IT sales. And candidly, I don't know that this is unique at all to IT sales. I really don't. I think this could be applicable whether you're selling lug nuts, cars, real estate, whatever. Right? There's some key ingredients to relating with people, right? And as you'll learn in certainly Steven's video, which I just recommended in the opening for this video, there's a lot of ways to be your authentic self. And let's talk about what it's not. Right? I think a lot of, especially junior sellers, right? You're new to sales, you're excited. You watch Boiler Room with Ben Affleck, and you're like, yeah, we're going to bang the phones, we're going to sell. Come on, Harry, do you really have to talk to your wife before you liquidate your life savings? Of course you do, right? But it's a movie. And that's what I think a lot of people have. They think of either that or they have a distasteful view of sales and they think of the smarmy used car sales guy, right? And there's sawdust in the transmission. They think of a whole bunch of negative imagery, right? But generally, what I've experienced, right, particularly having managed newer sellers, is they all think they've got to be the most slippery and oily talkers. Right? Sales isn't about talking, as you will learn on the next slide, right, is really about a couple of key factors. You don't have to talk. this amazing about Tortilla Boy to sell movies and to get people to come and buy popcorn and tortillas. Right? That's my movie impersonation voice. You don't need that. That's fake. That's contrived. And it certainly it doesn't get me to go to a movie. I don't know about you, right? A good plot, good reviews, thumbs up. Like that's why I'll watch a movie. I'm not going to watch a movie because some dude with a crazy deep voice does the preview, right? It's not going to happen. So let's go into it, right? I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter so you can take something away. How to be authentic. Chair. And you're like, well, there's a Care Bear. You probably guessed that, right? It's a Care Bear. It's got a heart on there. You need to love caring, right? It's really that simple. The imagery here, it's not complicated. You don't have to be Stephen Hawking, Neil deGrasse Tyson to figure this one out. Okay. What do I mean by that? And you're thinking, well, that's not sales success. That's not skills. No. When you care, as you'll see as we go through the rest of this video, it gives you inertia. It's what gives you the desire to make a choice instead of other choices, right? It's why you're going to do what you need to do to be successful at sales for your clients, right? And this can apply in personal relationships as well. This is unique, right? When you care, you're an expert. When you care, you become an expert. You learn about your craft, your trade, you learn about your client, you learn about all of these other things. And I don't want to take away from all of the other bullets that I have lined up. You care to do it. So let's go into some of the points about what care is. When you care, let's bullet one, you learn. Learn. I think a lot of, particularly again, younger people think that they learn in grade school, they learn in secondary education, post-secondary education, etc. And of course, you do. You learn some foundational principles and uh, tricks, trade secrets, or not trade secrets. Um, you learn critical thinking. You learn a number of concepts that are building blocks for when you actually learn, right? And where do you learn? You learn the real world, right? God bless, and I love all of our continuing education academics, whether they're college teachers, professors, etc. But it's almost like you've got to have those real world experiences to have tangible experiences of failing, of falling down, right? You've got to escape the theory and go to the practical. How do I apply these things, right? In theory, and all of these things are great. But until you've screwed it up enough times, and believe me, I'm dense, right? I took a lot of time to fall down again and again until I learned the right things that I needed to do. And so, learning, particularly in sales, learn the arts of your craft, how to give good presentations, how to read the room, right? What are those subtle nuances that people are telling you without saying a word at all? Where are their feet pointed? Are they pointed towards the door? Yeah, they want to go. Little things, other things, like don't host a meeting right after lunch. Why everybody's going to sleep? It doesn't matter how exciting you are. They're going to sleep. They are going to be tired. Why? All the blood's in their stomach and not in their brain. And least of all, listening to you. Why would they care? Right? So you've got to learn all of these things. Consume books. Watch YouTube. Right? There's thousands of great educators on YouTube where you can learn and get better at sales. Maybe you need to enrich your IT knowledge, right? Know more about what are the benefits of this technology or this process or these people, right? What makes them different? How do you differentiate yourself in the market? You've got to learn everything about it, right? And when you care, you are OCD enough to devour information, right? If you're going to serve your clients, which is how you sell to them, by serving them, you sell by serving, then you'll be OCD enough to learn everything you possibly can about them, their business, their industry terms, your products, services, technologies, people, process, tech to help them. You will learn. Never, ever stop learning. And so when you care, you will learn. Listen, people love to talk. Once you get good enough at sales, you can sell without saying anything by only asking questions. Literally, I have had sales in the millions of dollars where I didn't pitch anything. I just simply asked questions. Literally, all I did was ask questions. Open ended, sometimes yes, no. Those aren't bad, but you need your client talking. Every single client, without fail, will tell you if they will buy from you. That's a yes, no. Will they buy from you? They will tell you that. Maybe not in so many words, but they will. They will also tell you how to sell to them. And interestingly, how to sell to them is by solving their problems, which if you learned enough, you'll know how to do that. You'll literally know how to do that, right? And then lastly, be there, right? And what do I mean by that? Being there is sweating with your client. Being there is, particularly when you're in a sales and delivery role, you're on that sub one call on Saturday when you'd rather be at the football game, right? Or watching the Cowboys lose when they're favored by 24 points, right? Being there is choosing your client. You are choosing to help them. You are being there. You are being present. You are in the moment and you are engaged actively with him or her, right? You are with them in the hallway after a meeting, after a big presentation. You're following up with them. Be there, front and center. Care enough to make them and their concerns part of your life. And you have to care to be able to do that. You have to care to be OCD to learn. You have to care to be OCD to listen and devour that information, make notes of it, right? Ask those questions. Get better at asking questions, right? Which you can't do unless, of course, you've learned what questions to ask and why, right? And then be there in the moment with your clients. That kind of authenticity is unrivaled, right? When you care about them, they'll know that. They'll respond to that and they'll open up, right? Whether it's opening up their checkbook or bits and pieces of their lives, that's what matters. Make a difference and work together. You're not selling to, you're solving a problem with. And in order to do that, you have to care. So if you like this video, click like and subscribe. I'll put the I'll put the Words with the Twist channel in the show notes below, as well as Stephen Barnett's. Maybe I'll figure out how to do a card, but I really want you to watch it. You will learn a lot. And of course, he's a fantastic interviewer. You can learn a lot from him. For DruVision IT Consulting, we'll see you in the next episode.